This minor accident is an example of what can happen when you're trying to do a project this size by yourself. This video is a continuation of the truss build for my Hobbit house. So now after several months during the winter, my trusses are finally built, all done. When I say all done, I mean structurally they're all done. You can see most of them stacked there in the back. Because of the way I built it using a template and tracing it out and cutting it with a saw, they're not perfectly consistent. So the top edges and the bottom edges have some boards that are slightly higher or lower than the others. And so I'm going to take my power planer, I'm going to stack these all in a row, nice and straight, clamp them together, and I'm going to run the power planer to get some of the humps off so that when we go to put the roofing on top of it, it'll be nice and smooth, and the weight will be dispersed. It'll look good inside, and the weight will be dispersed over all 4 pieces of the plywood that are glued together and not one that's sticking up. These are the moments preceding the minor accident you just saw. I am taking the trusses that I built throughout the winter. I'm trying to line them up in a stack and clamp them together in an open space so that I could take a planer and run them over the edge so that we have a nice smooth surface. Alright, I was trying to stand up all these trusses. I put the clamp on loosely so I could get the last 2 in here, and you saw everything crash. So I went to go get some muscle. So Hot Mama's here to help me out.
Hello.
Hopefully we can get this stood up. Let's see, can you reach over there? We're just going to try to tip the whole thing back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to have to get on the other side.
Yeah, we're going to have to get this clamp off and do it one at a time. The clamp is wedged into the board. The clamp is what's actually, I think, holding this. Now, let's just tip these back up. Now if they start to go that way, go ahead and duck under this way.
They feel like they're going to go towards you.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to go one way or another. I'm just saying if
Okay, well, it's going to go.
it does go, don't fight it so hard that you hold it up, just let it fall tightly on this here. In a second, you got it?
I hope so.
This is not going to want to cooperate. Maybe if I put that backboard. If I throw it far enough through and hit that backboard, then it'll fall down. Oh, if it's wrapped around my finger, it's not. Okay, let's try that.
use a little more weight on the end of it.
I'm thinking that's going to be what I need to do. Oh, too high. Probably stick it through the loop now. Yeah, just like, oh, you got it. We are still planning to have all the trusses clamped together with the clamps, but we're going to speed you through the process of getting them all lined up and putting the rope on for safety. And then we will put the clamps back on to get them perpendicular to the ground and parallel with each other. You can see this is the most blatant ridge I have where it's catching. So I'm going to try to do some of this planing on the side that you can see. I have a clamp right here. I won't be able to run past that, so I'll run up to the clamp, move the clamp just below it, and then continue on from there. There's still some low spots, but we have definitely taken out the high spots. So there's going to be a lot of good support here. I'll go ahead and move the clamp down now and work over the top. Well, I think that went about as good as I could have hoped for. A little bit of setup time, and then planing probably took a little over an hour. And I went from a set of trusses that were up and down because of inconsistent cuts to a pretty smooth surface here that will hold the deck boards on really nice and even and be well supported. Excited how this turned out.